The kingdom of the Goths emerges from the annals of history as a realm of profound significance, situated at the confluence of European civilizations during late antiquity. Originating from the vast expanses of northern Europe, the Goths were among the many Germanic tribes that traversed the continent during the migration period, reshaping its political and cultural landscape. As they migrated southwards, the Goths came into contact with the Roman Empire, setting the stage for a complex interplay of alliances, conflicts, and cultural exchange. The significance of the Gothic Kingdom lies not only in its military prowess and territorial expansion but also in its enduring impact on European civilization. From their early interactions with the Romans to their eventual assimilation into the broader framework of medieval Europe, the Goths left an indelible mark on the development of Western culture, language, and political organization. Despite the transient nature of their kingdom, the legacy of the Goths endures as a testament to the resilience and dynamism of ancient peoples in the face of historical upheaval. The origins of the Goths can be traced back to the broader context of the migration period, circa 300 to 700 AD, a tumultuous era marked by the movement of various Germanic and other tribes across Europe. Prior to their emergence as a distinct ethnic group, the Goths were part of the larger family of Proto-Germanic tribes inhabiting the regions north of the Roman Empire. These tribes shared linguistic and cultural affinities, forming a complex tapestry of interrelated societies characterized by a mix of pastoralism, agriculture, and warrior traditions. During the late Roman Republic and early Roman Empire, the territories adjacent to the Danube River became increasingly important as frontiers of Roman defense and centers of trade and commerce. This region, known as the Limes, served as a buffer zone between the Roman Empire and the Germanic tribes dwelling beyond its borders. It was within this dynamic environment that the Goths began to emerge as a distinct entity, gradually coalescing from the diverse amalgam of Proto-Germanic tribes inhabiting the area. The ethnogenesis of the Goths, the process by which they formed as a distinct ethnic group, remains a subject of scholarly debate and conjecture. According to some historical accounts, the Goths originated from the Baltic region, in present-day southern Sweden and northern Poland. They were initially part of a broader Germanic tribal confederation known as the Wheelbark culture, which flourished in the first few centuries AD. Over time, however, the Goths began to differentiate themselves from other Germanic tribes through a combination of cultural, linguistic, and socio-political factors. One pivotal event in the ethnogenesis of the Goths was their migration southward into the territories bordering the Roman Empire. This movement, which occurred in waves over several centuries, brought the Goths into direct contact with the Roman world and facilitated their integration into the broader framework of European civilization. The exact reasons for the Gothic migration remain unclear, but factors such as population pressures, environmental changes, and intra-tribal conflicts likely played a role in driving them from their ancestral homelands. The early interactions between the Goths and the Roman Empire were characterized by a complex interplay of cooperation, conflict, and cultural exchange. In the 3rd century AD, the Goths first came into contact with the Roman authorities as they sought refuge from the encroaching Huns, a nomadic confederation from the Eurasian steppes. The Romans, recognizing the military potential of the Goths, permitted them to settle within the boundaries of the empire in exchange for their service as foederati, or allied troops, tasked with defending the frontiers against external threats. This arrangement, however, proved to be fraught with tension and instability. The Goths chafed under Roman authority, resenting their subordinate status and the onerous demands imposed upon them by imperial officials. Conflicts erupted sporadically between the Goths and the Roman legions, leading to a series of skirmishes and raids along the borders. The situation came to a head in the late 4th century AD when the Goths, under the leadership of chieftains such as Alaric I, launched a series of large-scale invasions into Roman territory, culminating in the sack of Rome in 410 AD. The rise of the Gothic Kingdom was facilitated by strong leadership and effective governance structures. At the helm of Gothic society were powerful chieftains and kings who wielded authority over their respective tribes and clans. These leaders, often chosen through a combination of hereditary succession and martial prowess, exercised control over military matters, diplomatic relations, and internal affairs. Among the most notable Gothic rulers were figures such as Alaric I, Theodoric the Great, and Ermanaric, whose exploits would leave an indelible mark on the history of the Gothic kingdom. Gothic governance was characterized by a blend of tribal customs and Roman administrative practices. While kings held significant power, they were often advised by councils of nobles and elders, who helped shape policy and adjudicate disputes within the community. In addition to their military duties, Gothic rulers were responsible for overseeing the administration of justice, the collection of taxes and tribute, and the maintenance of public order. This system of governance provided a degree of stability and cohesion within the Gothic realm, enabling it to withstand external pressures and internal challenges. The expansion of the Gothic kingdom was driven primarily by military prowess and strategic acumen. Drawing upon their martial traditions and warrior ethos, the Goths launched a series of ambitious campaigns aimed at extending their dominion and asserting their influence over neighboring territories. These military expeditions, characterized by swift mobility and coordinated tactics, allowed the Goths to conquer vast swaths of land and subjugate rival tribes and kingdoms. One of the most significant military achievements of the Goths was the conquest of the Roman province of Dacia in the late 3rd century AD. Led by chieftains such as Decebalus and Regalianus, the Goths waged a protracted war against the Roman legions, ultimately emerging victorious and establishing a Gothic kingdom in the heart of the Balkans. This conquest not only expanded the territorial boundaries of the Gothic realm but also enhanced its prestige and military reputation throughout the region. The establishment of Gothic dominance in Eastern Europe was a pivotal milestone in the rise of the Gothic kingdom. Building upon their successes in Dacia, the Goths continued to expand their influence eastwards, consolidating their control over the territories bordering the Black Sea. In the 4th century AD, under the leadership of figures such as Athanaric and Fritigern, the Goths emerged as the preeminent power in the region, forming alliances with neighboring tribes and kingdoms and asserting their sovereignty over a vast swath of territory. One of the key factors contributing to Gothic dominance in Eastern Europe was the decline of Roman authority in the region. As the Roman Empire grappled with internal turmoil, external invasions, and economic decline, the Goths seized the opportunity to assert their independence and carve out their own sphere of influence. By exploiting the weaknesses of their Roman adversaries and leveraging their military superiority, the Goths established themselves as a formidable force in the geopolitics of late antiquity, shaping the destiny of Eastern Europe for centuries to come. The socio-political structures of the Gothic kingdom were characterized by a complex tapestry of tribal organization and alliances. At its core, Gothic society was organized along kinship lines, with extended families and clans forming the building blocks of social cohesion. These kinship groups were often bound together by ties of blood and loyalty, sharing common customs, traditions, and religious beliefs. Tribal alliances played a crucial role in the political dynamics of the Gothic kingdom, shaping alliances and rivalries between different clans and factions. Through strategic marriages, diplomatic negotiations, and military alliances, Gothic leaders sought to consolidate their power and extend their influence over rival tribes and kingdoms. These alliances were often fluid and subject to change, as shifting alliances and betrayals were common occurrences in the volatile world of late antiquity. The legal system of the Gothic kingdom was rooted in a combination of customary law, tribal traditions, and Roman legal principles. While Gothic society lacked a centralized legislative authority, customary norms and practices governed the conduct of individuals and communities, providing a framework for resolving disputes and adjudicating conflicts. Tribal assemblies, composed of nobles, elders, and freeborn warriors, served as forums for deliberation and decision-making, where matters of justice, governance, and public policy were discussed and adjudicated. Over time, the influence of Roman law began to permeate Gothic society, as the Goths came into closer contact with the legal institutions of the Roman Empire. Roman legal concepts such as property rights, contracts, and criminal law gradually supplanted traditional Gothic customs, contributing to the assimilation of Roman legal norms into the fabric of Gothic jurisprudence. This hybrid legal system reflected the complex interplay of cultural exchange and accommodation that characterized the Gothic Kingdom, bridging the gap between Germanic tribal traditions and Roman legal principles. Religion played a central role in the socio-political structures of the Gothic Kingdom, shaping the beliefs, values, and practices of its inhabitants. At the outset of their history, the Goths adhered to a polytheistic faith characterized by the veneration of deities such as Odin, Thor, and Freya. These gods and goddesses were associated with various aspects of nature, fertility, and warfare, reflecting the pastoral and martial lifestyles of the Goths. With the advent of Christianity in the late Roman Empire, the religious landscape of the Gothic Kingdom underwent a profound transformation. Initially resistant to the new faith, the Goths gradually embraced Christianity through a combination of missionary efforts, royal patronage, and political expediency. Figures such as Ulfilas, a Gothic bishop and translator of the Bible, played a pivotal role in spreading the Christian message among the Goths, converting many to the new faith and laying the groundwork for the Christianization of the kingdom. By the 5th century AD, Christianity had become the dominant religion of the Gothic kingdom, supplanting the traditional pagan beliefs and practices of the Goths. The adoption of Christianity not only fostered a sense of religious unity and cohesion within Gothic society but also facilitated closer ties with the Roman Empire and other Christian kingdoms of Europe. This religious transformation, along with its attendant social and cultural ramifications, marked a significant chapter in the evolution of the Gothic kingdom, reflecting the dynamic interplay of religious change and political upheaval in late antiquity. The linguistic legacy of the Goths is chiefly preserved in the form of the Gothic language, an East Germanic language closely related to other Germanic languages such as Old Norse, Old English, and Old High German. The Gothic language is primarily known through the Codex Argenteus, a precious manuscript containing portions of the Bible translated into Gothic by the bishop Ulfilas, also known as Wulfile. Ulfilas's translation played a crucial role in preserving the Gothic language and disseminating Christianity among the Goths. Although the Gothic language itself did not survive into the modern era, its influence can be discerned in the development of other Germanic languages and the broader linguistic landscape of Europe. Through comparative linguistic analysis, scholars have identified numerous cognates and linguistic features shared between Gothic and other Germanic languages, shedding light on the linguistic affinities and historical connections between the Goths and their Germanic relatives. The art, architecture, and material culture of the Goths reflect a blend of indigenous traditions and external influences, resulting in a distinctive aesthetic that left a lasting imprint on the cultural landscape of late antiquity. Gothic art and architecture are characterized by a penchant for intricate ornamentation, geometric motifs, and dramatic forms, exemplified by the towering spires and ribbed vaults of Gothic cathedrals and the intricate metalwork and jewelry of the Gothic elite. One of the most enduring legacies of Gothic art and architecture is the Gothic cathedral, a towering symbol of faith and human achievement that emerged during the medieval period. Gothic cathedrals, with their soaring vaults, stained glass windows, and intricate stone carvings, represent the pinnacle of Gothic architectural innovation, embodying the spiritual aspirations and artistic achievements of the age. Examples of Gothic cathedrals include the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, the Cologne Cathedral in Germany, and the Chartres Cathedral in France. The interaction between the Goths and Roman, Byzantine cultures played a significant role in shaping the cultural landscape of late antiquity and medieval Europe. Through trade, diplomacy, and warfare, the Goths came into contact with the cultural traditions and artistic styles of the Roman and Byzantine worlds, leading to a rich exchange of ideas, technologies, and artistic influences. One of the most notable instances of Gothic interaction with Roman culture was the adoption of Christianity by the Goths, facilitated by missionaries and ecclesiastical authorities from the Roman Empire. The spread of Christianity among the Goths not only transformed their religious beliefs and practices but also facilitated closer ties with the Roman Church and Byzantine Empire, leading to the assimilation of Roman and Byzantine artistic motifs and architectural styles into Gothic culture. The legacy of the Gothic Kingdom reverberates through the corridors of European history, exerting a profound influence on successive kingdoms and empires that emerged in its wake. From the Visigothic kingdom in Spain to the Ostrogothic kingdom in Italy, the Goths laid the foundation for the consolidation of Germanic power in Western Europe and the establishment of new political entities that would shape the course of medieval history. The Visigoths, in particular, played a pivotal role in the history of the Iberian Peninsula, establishing a kingdom that endured for centuries and left an indelible mark on Spanish culture and identity. Under the Visigothic monarchy, Spain witnessed the flourishing of Gothic art, architecture, and literature, as well as the codification of Visigothic law and the spread of Christianity throughout the kingdom. The Gothic heritage of the Goths continues to resonate in modern Europe, manifesting in a variety of ways, from architectural landmarks to cultural traditions and linguistic legacies. Gothic cathedrals, with their soaring spires and intricate stonework, remain iconic symbols of European civilization, attracting millions of visitors each year and inspiring awe and admiration for their beauty and craftsmanship. In addition to architecture, the Gothic legacy can be seen in the cultural traditions and linguistic heritage of modern European nations. The influence of the Goths is evident in the linguistic landscape of Europe, with traces of the Gothic language and its cognates found in numerous modern Germanic languages, including English, German, Dutch, and Swedish. Similarly, Gothic cultural traditions and artistic motifs continue to inform contemporary European art, literature, and popular culture, serving as a source of inspiration for artists, writers, and scholars alike. The historiography of the Gothic Kingdom has evolved over time, reflecting changing interpretations and methodologies in the study of ancient and medieval history. Early accounts of the Goths, such as those found in the writings of Roman historians like Tacitus and Cassiodorus, often portrayed them as barbarian invaders and antagonists of civilization, perpetuating negative stereotypes and misconceptions about Gothic culture and society. In more recent scholarship, however, historians have sought to reassess the legacy of the Goths and their contributions to European civilization. By drawing upon a wide range of sources, including archaeological evidence, linguistic studies, and comparative analysis, scholars have presented a more nuanced and balanced view of the Gothic Kingdom, highlighting its achievements in art, architecture, law, and governance. The decline and eventual fall of the Gothic Kingdom were precipitated by a combination of internal strife and external pressures that eroded the stability and cohesion of the realm. Internally, the Gothic Kingdom was plagued by factionalism, dynastic rivalries, and power struggles among competing noble families and factions. Ambitious chieftains vied for supremacy, leading to frequent conflicts and civil wars that weakened the central authority and undermined the unity of the kingdom. Externally, the Gothic Kingdom faced mounting pressures from neighboring powers, including the Byzantine Empire, the Hunnic Confederation, and rival Germanic tribes. These external threats placed immense strain on the resources and manpower of the Goths, forcing them to divert their attention and resources towards defense and military campaigns. The relentless incursions of the Huns, in particular, posed a formidable challenge to the Gothic Kingdom, as the nomadic warriors swept across Eastern Europe, sowing destruction and chaos in their wake. The fragmentation and dissolution of the Gothic Kingdom were accelerated by the catastrophic events of the 5th century AD, which brought about the collapse of Roman authority in the West and unleashed a wave of political upheaval and social unrest throughout Europe. In the wake of the Hunnic invasions and the fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 AD, the Gothic Kingdom splintered into a patchwork of independent realms and successor states, each vying for control over the remnants of the former empire. The Visigothic Kingdom in Spain and the Ostrogothic Kingdom in Italy emerged as the most prominent successor states of the Gothic Kingdom, each asserting its sovereignty over its respective territories and claiming legitimacy as the rightful heirs to the Gothic legacy. However, internal divisions, external pressures, and Byzantine interference eventually led to the downfall of these kingdoms, paving the way for the emergence of new political entities and the reshaping of the political map of Europe. The aftermath of the Gothic kingdom's collapse reverberated throughout Europe, shaping the course of medieval history and leaving a profound imprint on the cultural, political, and social landscape of the continent. The demise of the Gothic kingdom marked the end of an era of Germanic dominance in Western Europe and ushered in a period of instability and uncertainty known as the Early Middle Ages. The disintegration of the Gothic kingdom had far-reaching consequences for the peoples of Europe, as it opened the door to new waves of invasions, migrations, and conquests that would reshape the demographics and power dynamics of the continent. The collapse of centralized authority in the West created a power vacuum that was filled by a variety of competing polities, including the Franks, the Lombards, and the Anglo-Saxons, leading to the fragmentation of political authority and the emergence of feudalism as the dominant social and economic system. As we look to the future, there remain countless avenues for further research and exploration in the field of Gothic scholarship. Advances in archaeological techniques, linguistic analysis, and interdisciplinary approaches promise to shed new light on the history and culture of the Goths, uncovering hidden treasures and unraveling enigmatic mysteries. Future studies may focus on topics such as the economic organization of the Gothic kingdom, the role of gender and identity in Gothic society, and the impact of climate change and environmental factors on the rise and fall of the Goths. Moreover, the study of the Gothic kingdom invites comparative analysis with other medieval civilizations and cultures, fostering a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness and diversity of medieval Europe. By situating the Goths within a broader context of European history, scholars can gain fresh insights into the complex web of interactions and exchanges that shaped the destiny of the continent. In conclusion, the Kingdom of the Goths stands as a testament to the resilience, creativity, and complexity of human societies in the face of adversity. By exploring the history and legacy of the Goths, we embark on a journey of discovery that enriches our understanding of European history and illuminates the enduring legacy of a lost realm.